Let's move out.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gui. What's going on?
Hi, traveler, and...
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's...
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little...
So...
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured...
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that...
Genshin can help. She has a...
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Chengsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu?
Chengsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition?
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I...
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite.
Is that Ayu? By any chance...
Whoa, yeah, it is!
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two...
Don't forget us two! We already told Ayu that...
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are...
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the...
Family is...
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the... Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking...
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield.
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything?
Hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu.
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search.
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad.
That's okay. Thank. Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Look, there's somebody over there! Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going!
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but... Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? My worst.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize... Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingce Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see...
My name is Jia.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state?
Huh?
Oh, come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot this? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it...
Use what? What are you talking?
There are traces of god remains in
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst.
Paimon, sorry.
God.
There's no need to worry. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in... Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to...
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just...
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intention...
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise...
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo... Blockages within the cardiovascular system. I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive...
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is...
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor.
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying...
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu.
Bye for now.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by...
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right?
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the few? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess.
Guilty as charged. Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that...
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up. So our ancestors, these days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation. So we...
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn this?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So...
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, my grandpa had a huge argument with him. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it...
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very... And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition...
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. But even that says to me that he definitely... One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation.
After all that... It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad!
Are you?
Dad, you remember?
Yes, I remember now. Oh, are you? I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li...
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Director Who, do you have any further reservations about
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any...
Oh, come on, Baizhu.
I've been stuck indoors for too long, but...
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Chiang Shang and my...
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should have...
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh.
What did I just say about putting on a traveler? Paimon. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple Jiang Li.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiang Li was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiang Li? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang.
Wait, Changxiang, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now, Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right.
Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor
Offshoots? So,
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poison.
the call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the...
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person... Hey, why is everyone...
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment,
You mean... Jialiang? Why would he poison him?
think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives...
Huh? So you're saying... It was Wait, but... That doesn't make any sense either! Why would she point...
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiangli does not strike me as the kind of person who...
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liu...
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jialiang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, so if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without... Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything...
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events...
Whoa, what? After a contract? Sheer light.
Hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with with my assistance in rebalancing your chi. Not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger,
Stronger and healthier? Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man!
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand.
With how antisocial they are, if it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honor.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time.
Are all Adepti in the habit of material?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh?
Baizhu of Bubu Pharmacy. I duped the lantern right when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for...
Huh?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are a vile monster known as the Che once wrought havoc over this land. Before it was subdued by Rex, the land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded some time after. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Che is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaked. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate. I do not like to intervene against mortals but when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens... No, I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make. Immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different.
That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trip.
Master, there's...
Gui? Did you run all the way from Bubu Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch...
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine 1 minute, and then he's...
Already? Based on past experience, he should have been fine.
It seems that my worst fears have... Everyone, back to Bubu...
Dad, What's wrong?
Don't be scared, Dr. Baizhu.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood.
When Gui left, he...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare...
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will...
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu?
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be... I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have... Speaking of what...
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest...
Though, on the bright...
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went... Huh? Hey, wait!
You're finally awake? That was...
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can...
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep.
Surely he hasn't.
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely...
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did...
I made an error in my ignition, and as a result, his life force depleted at a great...
What? You mean, even...
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up. Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse. And why...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life,
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others, to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible.
well, I think that it's too early to say with any... In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, So our immediate priority, her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period, and given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jiao Liang!
Dr. Baizhu, you've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put your... After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll...
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure...
No! We're out of time! Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that...
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is all... There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her.
Very well.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each. Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time.
Okay.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to...
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source...
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious...
I think I remember this place.
Jiao Liang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going. Then let's...
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around.
Judging by the tools they left behind, It's certain, but why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their...
I remember now. She took me here once, but she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang.